So I thought it would be very fun if I reacted to the Replaced EP. I obviously haven't heard it in a long time. I don't listen to it, but I could listen to it and share some funny things that went on behind the scenes and also just my general thoughts. Okay, let's start with Replaced. What you got, Kate? I love these Lars. I love them. I remember doing them on GarageBand and trying to harmonise with the la 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 was a trip. I sound very British. I sound like Lily Allen. Little Muse rip-off there. Supermassive black hole. Okay, so let's settle the score finally. It is Nerve. Oh yes, you've hit the right nerve. I'm pretty sure most people know that, but I did do an Instagram kind of poll thing the other day being like, what do you think it is? And a surprising amount of people thought it was Note, so let's set that record straight. So high. Again with the Lily Allen vibe though, like, can't speak, I'm so British. It's cool. Oh, those guitar licks in the background. That guy was good, man. I can't remember his name, but like, he brought some sass to this EP. For argument's sake, I can understand why people thought it was Note. Like, even just then, I was like, is it? No? Am I lying to everyone? No, it is Nerve, but I can see why you thought it was Note. This bit's my favourite bit. There's just something so satisfying about this melody. You wanna love, you wanna love, da, 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 da. I love that. Well done, 18-year-old me. You wrote a good song. Okay, we love Replaced. You hold a great place in my heart. Okay, Cursed. Oh, I love Cursed. I still play this guitar riff every now and again. I feel I wrote this with a guy called Kurt Schneider when I was in LA, which sounds a lot fancier than it was. But out of everyone I've co-written with, he is definitely one of the top people that I wrote with. It was just so easy, so fun. And I'm used to co-writes just being a bit like of a joke, like just not enjoying them and finding them awkward. But with him, it was such a breeze. And I remember leaving that studio with this song being like, oh my God, I was absolutely obsessed with it. It's definitely one of my favourites of this EP. I realised you're not the body I knew once. You're on top, but on the outside you are. If there's one thing that this version of me could do a lot better, is sing. Which sounds very harsh to myself of these days, but I just had so much more like oomph. I had so much more gumption. I had so much more like power behind my voice. And I think, you know, going over to Meadowlark, however much I fucking love Meadowlark, I started using my voice in such a softer way that when I started trying to sing with like my chest voice again, it had just gotten very weak. Very, very weak. And so now, you know, I try and sing this song and it ain't happening, basically. It just isn't happening. And I'm sure I could get it back with lots of practice. But yeah, it saddens me a bit listening to this. So I'm like, that voice, where did it go? I feel unsafe. It couldn't be. You know what's funny? And maybe I shouldn't actually say this on the internet, but hey, I'm honest, I've got to say, I do not remember what this song is about. Like, I have no recollection of what this fucking song is about. I imagine it's about my first love, because this whole EP was. But like, I'm listening to the lyrics now and I'm like, what am I going on about? Love this instrumental. Love the instrumental. We love Cursed. Next, Full to the brim. This always reminds me of Benjamin Francis Leftwich, because his first album obviously is fucking amazing. I love it so much. And I remember he tweeted about this song, and he tweeted me and was like, Full to the Brim is gorgeous. And from that moment on, I was like, oh my God, maybe I'm an okay writer. It was a big moment for me. I haven't heard this in a very long time, and I don't know how it's gonna make me feel. I already can tell it's gonna be British as fuck.
I have nothing to say when my mind...
Is it me, or is it quite theatrical? I have nothing to say.
Don't know why.
I feel like I would write something like this today. Do you know what I mean? Like that type of guitar picking. This was like a nod to Future Kate, being like, this is what you're gonna do when you're older. You're gonna write these types of songs. I like you so much. Again with the theatre, Kate McGill. Chill out, lady. I don't know if I could reach that note now. You have the golden touch. What? That's a chorus I'm proud of, you know? The lyric, the melody, I love the whole thing. I love how it feels, how it sits. And I am kind of sad a little bit that I can still relate to this song. Clearly there's a pattern there. But it's kind of nice because it makes me feel a bit more connected to the Kate McGill of this time, you know? Like, we're still there battling, trying to remember our own worth, you know? I love the smoothness of that vocal. I mean, maybe it was tuning, I don't know, but they're just so effortless. I love that. Go me. Rhyming light with fight. I'm not sure that's ever been done before. Oh, I forgot about that bit. Oh, that chorus made me feel so happy and good and nostalgic. That felt so good to listen to. And yeah, I love that. This is so nice. The key. So I wrote this with a guy called Ted Bruner whilst I was in LA, and he was so funny and so quirky and wonderfully weird. He had written for so many like people like Katy Perry, and I was like, why am I writing with this guy? I shouldn't be here. But he was so cool. He just put me at ease immediately. This is kind of about being at school, and I remember school, Catholic school, being just wildly cultish. Like, you know, all the kids sat down in assembly, kind of like regurgitating the Lord's Prayer, and you don't even know what you're saying, but you know it by memory. So you're just like, Our Father who art in heaven. And I distinctly remember that, and just kind of looking around being like, this is fucking weird. Like, this doesn't feel right. That's what the key is about. Hence why at the very beginning you can hear school children. Again with that high note, man. Like, I can't sing like that now. Go Kate, go Kate. It's such a wholesome song, isn't it? It reminds me of something. You be you, and I'll be me. Like, I'm sure that lyric has been done to death. But I'm proud of this song purely for the lyrical and message content. Like, I feel as an 18 to 20-year-old whenever I was writing this, I'm surprised that I was thinking like that at that time, because I don't remember thinking like that at that time, but clearly I was. Tell me all your secrets and I'll tell you all my fears. Again with the theatre, but I think it's worth it in this bit. I like it. Oh, that harmony. Harmony? Okay, that harmony. That's the way that they were taught to be. Ooh, delicious. I haven't heard those pianos in a long time. Bing, 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 bing. It's so wholesome. It's like a nursery rhyme. Oh, that climb at the last chorus. I couldn't even attempt to do that now. That is so high. Like, I sound like I'm struggling there a little bit to reach that note. Very somber ending there. I'm not entirely sure why we chose to end the song on such a minor chord, but theatre, the drama of it. Okay, look down. I remember doing the demo of this in my house growing up on GarageBand, and I will have the demo somewhere, and if I do, I will like show you a bit right now. And I obviously didn't know how to produce music. I gave it a good go, but it is now when I listen to this version, I'm like, what was I doing in GarageBand? This one I actually wrote about. Do you guys remember on YouTube back in the day when I used to do videos with my friend Ollie? Yes, well, he is happily married now. Looks so happy, and I love seeing his life unfold. But back in the day, there was like a very small amount of time where we were so close that we were thinking like, oh, should this be something or should it not? And this song is kind of about that. It was kind of like, do we want to do this? Do we want to make the plunge? Is that a good idea? And in hindsight, I'm very glad that we didn't, because we have kept our friendship. And although we obviously are not in each other's lives that much anymore, I look at him with such fondness, you know? I'm loving those very high third above harmonies, aren't I? Bye! Like, we get it. You know that harmony. I'm so harsh to myself. Okay, we love you. You got me to where I am today, okay? Thanks very much. But like, that saxophone. We recorded this whole album in Thornbury, which is like just outside of Bristol, which is funnily enough where my best friend lives now. So this guy was like well known in Bristol for being like one of the most amazing saxophonists. How the fuck do you say that? And he really was, like, he came and he showed up and he fucking killed it. And it's so funny to have saxophone infused in like a big pop EP like this, but it really worked, especially with this song in this kind of pre-chorus. It's just like, ooh, it's delicious. Again, with the kind of Yonsei references, you can hear like the little pops and like, yeah, we were definitely very inspired at that point by the Yonsei album. And that chorus, man, like, that's a pop banger. And I'm not saying I'm like, you know, Max Martin. Lord fucking knows I can't write a pop song like that. But for like, you know, young me, that chorus is very fun and happy and catchy, okay? I like it. I'm not entirely sure why that melody is there. I don't think it's necessary. But it was there in the demo, and I remember being very like adamant that we were going to keep that in the actual recording. Now looking back, I'm like, is it necessary? Maybe not. Are we all ready for that last chorus, team? This last chorus gives me life. I love the end with those harmonies. I forgot about those. Love. Okay, what is next? I think it's... I don't know. Ah, You're All I Wanted. It's my favourite song off the EP. Because, again, I feel like it was a nod to the musician I am now. Like, that's the kind of stuff I feel like I create naturally. The more kind of sombery... depressing, spacious, ambient, beautiful folk stuff. That's where I like rest my head at night. That is my bread and butter. And so I think that's why I love this song. And I love the bend in the chorus on the all. I just love it. This song holds such a special place in my heart. The saxophone. I love that at 18 I was writing about my ex at the time, my first love. Dave, if you're out there, I hope you're well. I was writing like I'd been in love for 50 years. These are such strong feelings to be feeling for an 18-year-old. And obviously everyone has that first love. They are very intense feelings. But even now I can hear the anxiously attached Kate throughout this, just desperately wanting validation and needing that kind of like, I don't know, needing that person back to kind of fulfill that need. I'm so glad I'm not there now. I'm so glad I've learned everything that I've learned. I'm not saying I'm fully healed. I think I still will always have that kind of anxiously attached part of me that comes out more in relationships. But God, I'm so much better than I was in that relationship. I was a mess.
And God, do I miss them? If my memory fades, I'll need you more than
all the saxophone licks in the background. Just so beautiful. He made this song what it is, I think. You can't listen to a stack full of harmonies and not feel something. Like whoever's singing it, it's just such an amazing sound. To be a part of, like to harmonize with other people is arguably one of the best feelings I've ever felt in my life, because you feel so part of something, you feel like you belong. And I think that's why I love harmonies and, you know, bands like Fleet Foxes so much, because it's such a like unifying connection type thing. Does that make any sense? And I think that's why I love this song so much, because it just feels like it, you know, I don't know what that is, but it feels like that. I love that song. I love that song so much. I love it. I feel very nostalgic right now. Okay, we end with, of course, Diamonds and Waste. Here we go. 5.5 minutes. Why did I think I could get away with a 5.5 minute song? Oh yeah, I'm just now remembering everything that goes into this song. So before we begin, this song, I don't know if I've ever said this or not anywhere, but this song is about Ellie Goulding. Because back in the day, back in the very early days when she was just starting out, I had heard about her through my manager at the time, I think. And I became obsessed with her. I thought she was absolutely incredible. And I was covering every song of hers. And I think somehow we became friends on Facebook. She messaged me. And now I look back and I think you were really trying to help me. And you were trying to impart wisdom and just some knowledge for me, because clearly I was a bit clueless at this time. And she sent me a message being like, look, I think you're amazing. I think you're really talented, but you should, you know, spend more time writing your own songs. And, you know, stop covering loads of other people's songs. Like, write your own stuff. You're very, very talented. Do more of that. And at the time, I, you know, being much younger with much more of an ego, I didn't take that well. Or not didn't take it well, I wasn't offended or anything, but I was just like, oh no, she hates me, she doesn't think I'm any good, she's trying to get me to stop covering her songs, and I just felt really, really bad about it. Whereas now, you know, more than a decade on, I can understand exactly why she said that, and she was completely right. I did need to write more of my own stuff and stop doing the cover thing, hence, you know, moving on to Meadowlark and all of that stuff at the end. But yeah, this song is about Ellie Goulding. And Bastille covered it. I'm sorry? Bastille and Ellie Goulding are like two massive artists. How are they a part of my fucking musical existence? I'm unsure, but here we are.
Is it your presence? It takes over the mountains and deserts. They're never lost in the sun.
Thinking more on it now, I was clearly in a place where I thought I was just terrible and I will never be as good as you. That was kind of the feelings coming up. And again, it's all very kind of dramatic And even the lyrics are very like, I don't know, very primal, if that makes any sense. Toms are really loud. You're getting a earth, wind and fire type vibe from this music, and it's all very intense.
We are a pack of cards, or maybe a speed. We're the king of everything.
Okay, so can I just say, I remember recording this, and it, even at this time in my life when I could sing in that range, this was so fucking high. I remember struggling so much to sing this. So when the producer Dan was like, let's put in a key change at the end, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? But I did it. Here comes that fucking key change. No one is ready. This was a bold move. I feel like for just a pop EP to kind of end it with this was a bold move. Can I say that any more times? Like, if you just started this song from like 3 minutes onwards and you were just hearing those like beautiful saxophone licks, you'd think you were listening to a jazz record. Like, why did I think I could get away with this? I mean, I got away with it. I have legitimately fully forgot how this ends. There's another like 2 minutes left and I have no idea where this is going. I can't remember it at all. Oh yeah. This sounds like it could be on Love Actually. I do not feel cool enough to have an ending like that. Like, that ending is so cool and something I would love to have in my music now. Yeah, wow, what a trip, what a journey, what a trip down memory lane. That was so much more enjoyable than I thought it would be. I really loved that. It takes me back and it has kind of given me more confidence in myself. Those songs are good, do you know what I mean? They're really fun, and the fact that I wrote those in my late teens, early 20s, by myself, most of them, apart from 2 of them. I understand why everyone likes it so much. I guess for a while there, I just kind of dismissed it a little bit, but having listened to it today, I'm like, no, you know what? That stands the test of time. That's a good collection of songs, and I'm really proud of that EP. Well done, Replaced. Well done, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this. It was a bit of a wild card video, but I thought it would be fun, and it fucking was. Thanks for watching.